looking for the dead to gather, looking for a fight to name. But there was no charge, there was no rising, there was no iron in the sun. Only a man walking down a road and no one looking on. They would not sell to him at market, they would not cut his hay. They turned their faces to the hedgerow as his cart went by that day. His harvest rotted in the meadow while the parish stood and watched. They drove a man out of a county and they never raised a hand. The crow flies over a different war and I do not know its shape. They are fighting with their backs turned, they are fighting with a name. A man set out beyond the parish with his cart and nothing more, and I cannot find the place to stand where I have always stood before. The men were taken off to prison, to the cold Kilmainham wall, and the fight should have gone with them, the whole campaign should fall. But the women came up from the kitchens with the ledgers in their hands, and are standing at the head of them, holding up a nation's anger the way no army ever can. They kept the lists of every tenant, they kept the relief alive. They ran a country's great refusal while the men were held inside. And I have worn the war crow's feathers, I have worn the iron crown, but I had never watched a kitchen hold a falling country down. Up the boring the way they came before, when the hunger emptied out the valley and no one held the door. But this time there were neighbors waiting with the kettle and the stick. They poured the scalding water from the window, and the crews turned back so quick. They never called the crow to bless them, they never called a war, they never raised a goddess to the field the way the old ones swore. This is a war with a different weapon, and I am learning what it means. The land came back to those who worked it, not with iron but with years. A signature, a court, a manifesto, a pen where pikes had been, the kind of fight my people won, without a single grave to keep. The strangest thing on that hill above the crowd, not the hunger of the battlefield, not the choosing of the proud. I felt the years move past me, I felt myself grow old, the way a sword grows quiet when the fighting has been told. Could not fight for, with an empty open hand.